Hi, my name is Edwin. I'm going to present on behalf of my team, Group 3, consists of Irene, Benjamin, and William, under Prof. Sangyan, MBA 243, Global Supply Chain Management. Our projects on the improvement of inventory informations in the Mount Elizabeth Hospital itself, and then we call it the Inventory Information Management System, IIMS in short. In supply chain performance and is a key to health outcomes and is especially very important for healthcare sector where the positive health outcomes are highly dependent on how well the health delivery system, health information, financing, personal, and supply chains and supplies are performing in the industry itself. And the our project focus is on the clinical consumable inventory items, business expansion, endoscopy operation, cost per purchase order. Then data optimization, which is included the inventory information management system, inventory rate, contract compliance, and order informations. Therefore, the physician and clinical staff at the endoscopy operation can really oversee what kind of consumable workflows are, and also we examine on how Mount IIMS would impact the bottom line, and also in considering ways to improve those supply demand clinical consumable variable between MMD vendors and purchase user stakeholders. So our key stakeholders at the Mount E supply chains, it is the efficient flows of medical supplies and information within the hospital and between the stakeholder. And we try to achieve our project by reducing the inventory rate, possibly 10 to 15%, driving the contract compliance procurement if possible at 95%. And also the reducing overall purchase order cost by possibly 5%. Therefore, we begin our project definition and scope. In benchmarking, we benchmark against two some similar within the healthcare industry. We can identify that the importance flow of information in the supply chain with the hospital and with the supply chain optimization there are benefit implications as according to one leading US healthcare, Cardinal Health, Ohio, such as supply chain cost of healthcare, workflow efficiency, effective healthcare outcomes, which is a 5 to 15% saving in supply chain cost equates to a 1 to 3% improvement in operating margin. So now our next slide is about from external benchmarking, we move on to the stakeholders needs survey result that we carried out between 9 September till 20 September. We managed to narrow down to three key areas that we can improve, namely data optimization based on the current IMS, informations on the procurement system, information management system, contract procurement compliance based on inventory policy, and quantity demand clinical consumable using the economic of quantity EOQ technique as to determine how much to order. Our project recommendation based upon the above improvements would like to achieve these three results. Reducing the inventory rate, driving the contract compliance rate, as in procurement, reducing overall purchase order costs. We shall focus our projects on endoscopy operations as the baseline for improvement since approximately 25% to 30% of Mount E hospital material supplies related to costs are devoted to handling, moving, and processing clinical consumable. So from the focus area, we can further define the measurable based on the inventory management measure matrix by dimensions of the critical success factor. Data optimization, define and develop current purchase order cost and percent of endoscopy estimate 25% to 30% of hospital overall purchase order by reducing overall cost handling of endoscopy. Therefore, we can reduce the overall hospital purchase order cost by 5%. Develop the EOQ model information endoscopy unit total cost. And our group prepared a project charter to better define, develop, and deploy our project initiative and activities within a 4-week time frame. Next, we shall illustrate what we can do about data optimization based on the current IIMS and also the project milestones that we mentioned over there as well. So in the our this presentation, you can see the workflow of the how the PO has been created, and also this is the to gain economy of purchasing, standardizing to satisfy the demand during period of replenishment, to carry reserve stock to avoid stock out, monitor redundant stock. So, and its the primary focus is to support on the right price, the high turnover, low procurement and storage cost, and continuity of supply, consistency and quality, good supplier relation, development of personnel, and good information system. The secondary focus is in forecasting interdepartmental harmony, product improvement, standardization, make or buy decision, new material and products, favorable reciprocal relationships. From there, we can see there are 3 areas of presentation that we will be non-value added. In the data optimization itself, the healthcare investment in information technology for all processes, i.e., not just supply chain, occurred at only 3.9% of revenue in 2003. So we try to focus on build consistent inventory management practices and enhancements, and also reconfigure fragmented and unsophisticated SAP system by improving a lot of the processes in there. Next, we can express our data optimization simply using the 3 key clinical consumable item, namely product A, B, and C with respect to the expected minimum BO cycle time, workflow steps, and the required manpower. The supply manage inventory scenario describe how the supplier plan material requirements in their hospital customer. Suppliers can offer this service only if they have access to the hospital stock figures and usage data. So data integrity and supply hospital trust operational relations are key to success. Reduce non-value added processes to improve all the overall cycle time. So the scenario covers the following flow from the Mount E perspective. So as you can see, there are from the item number 1 to 10, and you can refer to that. And this is to smoothen the whole process of effective and productive workflow, and as well as the waste of motions and overall processes which will be delayed the deliverable of the consumable that which we want to purchase. So the whole idea is to to have a supplier have an idea of where the deliverables will be received at the consumer's end. This is in quantity demand clinical consumable is we have an EOQ model which optimizes the cost trade-off between carrying cost and the ordering cost. With respect to our Mount E needs, the EOQ offers importantly for rate of demand in continuous, constant, and no. Replenishment performance cycle time is constant and known. The main advantage of EOQ model is the customized recommendation provided regarding the most economical number of units per order. Another advantage of EOQ model is that it provides specific number particular to the business regarding how much inventory to hold, when to reorder, and how many items to order. In the typical adjustment of EOQ is the volume transportation rate, offer a freight rate discount on larger shipment compared to a local total cost with each transportation rate option. And then there are other EOQ adjustment involved. So the established for more orders of fewer item is high value clinical item to minimize. For an individual hospital for EOQ, the economic of scale, the cost can be decreased by ordering more often as shown in the evaluation using the EOQ techniques and almost 29%. Using the EOQ technique is shown that if Mount E and the other three hospitals decide to decentralize their inventory management together too, and this would result in a huge saving on their overall total cost by saving at 50%. It's a dramatic saving for the hospital consumable. Based on the EOQ considerations, both work example as shown there are reduction in inventory rate as well as reduction in ordering costs. So quadrupling, demand doubles. In addition to those mentioned, uncertainty in inventory management would be an issue for contract compliances and the beyond the technicalities of the supply chain or any other enabling technologies involved. Inventory policy must deal with uncertainty, demand uncertainty, when and how much product will our customer order. Performance cycle uncertainty, how long will it take to replenish inventory with our customers? Variation must be considered in both areas to make effective inventory planning decisions. So the contract compliance rate is strongly influenced by the hospital inventory policy. The initial understanding of the inventory policy can facilitate and improve this measure. Therefore, the demand as it can be managed using the safety stock to protect against stock out when uncertain demand exceed forecast. We add safety stock to base inventory. Planning safety stock requires three steps. Determine the likelihood of stock out, estimate demand during a stock out period, decide on the concerning desired. So in closing, we can summarize and recommend Mount E to implement and deploy the collaborative and innovative management action considered as follows. Data optimization, current IIMS-SAP can improve the overall IIMS as an integrated supply chain management system, while also allowing an overall reduction in its purchasing order cost in terms resource deployment, inventory ordering process. Contract procurement compliance will offer an effective decision-making and management system for achieving cost saving across its entire business unit while sustaining or driving the contract compliance rate at 95% and deployed. Quantity demand will refine the EOQ model techniques for the hospital needs and demand in better managing its operations and uncertainties